This is the Exponent hardware interface for Torque, and it's designed to be just like a DJ mixer with 2 CD players on the side. And as you'll see, it's very easy to navigate, just like the real thing. Play pause is used to get the music going. There it goes. And we actually have things like play or cue, rewind, fast forward, looping, quick cues, offsetting, retuning, time stretching on and off, and effect control, as well as a touch-sensitive scratch wheel that can be used for scratching, or if touched on the outer non-conductive edge, could just be used for speeding up the music or slowing it down, which is how you would align 2 tracks to get them perfectly in sync with one another. You can also press the finger there to turn off the touch sensitivity, at which point this just works like a jog wheel to either speed up the music or slow it down. Now in the middle section here, we've got a mixer that has volume controls for each deck. So if I start the other deck here, we'll actually get the other one. And crossfader, which can go between the 2 songs. You've got EQ control, so you can boost the frequencies and cut them, as well as remove various frequencies with the kills. At the top you have gain control, so if you need to add some extra volume to the track you can, or bring it down to match the other, as well as a mute that mutes before the effects. Right in between you can see we have level meters that the left level meter is showing the volume of deck A, while the right volume meter is showing deck B. If you go into Torque's preferences, there's actually a tab on the far right with specific preferences just for the Exponent. As we can see, there's one here at the bottom that says channel. When I switch this to master, it changes the meter source to actually show the stereo output level of the master channel instead of the individual decks. Switching it back to channel puts it back to the default setting of the individual channels. We can also see an option here that says sync LEDs. Right now we can see that we're getting flashes based on the beats of the songs. If that's annoying to you, you can go ahead and turn that off, and now that function goes away, but you still can see what functions are active on the interface. And lastly, at the top, there's a reset button. Torque comes set up with a MIDI map for the Exponent, so all you have to do is take this thing in, plug it into Torque, launch the application, and you're ready to go. But Torque will allow you to change any of the MIDI assignments any way you like, simply by right-clicking on a control and twisting a knob or pushing a button. If you happen to create a map that you've kind of lost track of or is too confusing, simply click Reset here on screen, and that will reload the default factory MIDI map for the Exponent. Now on top of all this, we've put a small little XY pad here at the top, which doubles both as mouse control, so you can see I'm navigating with the mouse on screen, and can do left and right click. But when you press MIDI, it changes into a MIDI XY controller, which is used to control the effects in Torque. So right now I have a delay effect loaded up on deck A, so when I slide my finger across here, I start getting delays. I can adjust the send and the feedback amount. So this turns up the send, while this direction makes it feedback. These buttons will then choose which effect to use. It will move the highlight around through the screen to show which effect slot is going to be under control. Finally, up here at the top, we've got volume controls, which adjust the master volume level and the booth volume level, which is sent either to the master main speakers for your audience or the booth speakers for the DJ. And then you've got your headphone jack on the front, where you plug in your headphones, and then the volume and cue source are controlled with these knobs, and then you can choose the source for the headphones with these buttons here on the top.